What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to SVR 2010 on the Nintendo DS. First and foremost, after a grueling tables match with the Dead Man, we got to go to the hospital and heal up for $500. Back in action, feeling great, feeling good. Jeff Hardy, how you feeling? My philosophy is you have to leap in order to fly. What's yours? My philosophy is not for a PG show, Jeff Hardy, but check my t-shirts, you'll see it down in the bottom there. It has some profanity in them. So, after that, we can also now head to the shop and finally buy a new house. So, the modern house or the classic house? I think I want that big old fish tank in that modern home, whatever is modern for 2010 standards. We bought it. How do I use it? The gossip, has it changed? Leprechaun, I still haven't gotten that thing. And then, oh, the mission returns with the Champion and the Divas, so perhaps we'll actually find it this time. That'd be nice. Over on SmackDown, we gotta get our daily dose of swoggle. I'm sure he has the same thing to say. Yes, he does. Even though he still has an active side quest somewhere, somehow. I don't understand why, or how, or who, or what, or where, or what's with the outskirts. Are they ever going to use the outskirts? I just noticed the X button says change. We're changing to the modern house. And now I can go sleep in a modern bed with a modern fish tank. Look at this hoose. The hoose and the noozle. Alright. Noodles? What noodles? So, there is my fabulous fish tank and a model pirate ship and a lava lamp. So modern, you guys. So freaking modern. Let's sleep. Ah, a refreshing sleep in a modern bed. Let's head to see if anybody is worth talking to at ECW. Evan Bourne and Vince wants what Vince wants, and he ain't getting it. Lead to live in barn. You never know when you might get jumped. Yeah, it's happened to me often, and you've said it to me often, so I do know it's gonna happen. As we are barreling towards a WrestleMania confrontation with the WWE Champion, Triple H. The cerebral assassin, Triple H, has been pulling the strings on SmackDown the whole time. I knew it. I told you guys from the start. DTA. The puppet master arrives. His Machiavellian plans have targeted new superstars like Slug and veterans like The Undertaker. Things may backfire on him, though. With the assist from Edge, Triple H's schemes have been exposed. It's time to play the game. And it looks like it will all come down to Triple H and Slug, one of the fastest rising superstars in the history of the WWE, against the game, Triple H, at what? Glitch. At WrestleMania. Unifying all of the major titles has never been accomplished in the history of the WWE. And one man is on the cusp of accomplishing this impossible goal. Let me guess. You want this match to be for all of the belts at WrestleMania. And that man is Slug. That's me. But ask yourself this. Does he really deserve that honor? You all know deep down that he doesn't. The only one worthy of this historical feat is me. And here comes, whose music is that? It's Slug's music. Good God Almighty. The five-time champion. 4-time? I forget. And they are saying things. And if it isn't that ungrateful bastard. Now, where's Pac? I don't see Pac. Look, Triple H, just because you're not on the Neville level, you have the nerve to come to my ring to defy me? I brought you to SmackDown Facts. I made it so that you won the US Championship. Alright? I made it so that you won the Royal Rumble. And do you have any idea I made that all happen? I had some suspicions. Of course you don't. It was so I could get all the titles in the WWE in one clean sweep. I figured as much. Make no mistake, what you've accomplished is impressive. You've shown amazing talent cleaning up ECW, Raw, and SmackDown. But don't think for a single second you're on my level. There is only one game in the WWE. There is only one King of Kings. It's time to play the game. This was Triple H's plan all along, to defeat Slug and hold all the WWE titles. That's ingenious. You've made a huge mistake. Or should I say, you done it now. Gonna made a huge mistake. You're right. I did make a huge mistake. My mistake was thinking Taker could take care of you. It's not big deal though. I can take care of you myself. You want a shot at my WWE Championship? You'll get that chance at WrestleMania. Because I won the Rumble, so of course I would get that chance. That's just in stone. As long as you put all of your titles on the line. See? I told you. Thinking. You took the words right out of my mouth. Your overconfidence has always amused me, kid. But that overconfidence is exactly why I'll defeat you at WrestleMania. Excuse me! Oh, hey, Becky. I said, excuse me. Don't forget that I'm the GM of SmackDown. Mr. McMahon had a very stern conversation with me. He wants to know why Slug hasn't been defending all of his titles. It's a good point. I raised that point weeks ago and kind of it was ignored, so I don't know, man. He wants to know why Triple H seems to be running the show. Also, easy question. I'll make sure both of you know I'm still in charge here on SmackDown. Tonight, Slug will be defending all of his titles in the same match with a little twist. If any of you superstars want one of Slug's title, just find him and beat him in the next 24 hours. Oh God, R-Truth. Stay away, R-Truth. Anytime and any place. I don't care if it's backstage, in the parking lot, or even at his home. Or perhaps that construction area. The outskirts. This is going to be fun. I guess. Sure. Fine. That should make things interesting for you. Wouldn't that ruin your plans, Triple H? Like, if I lose any of these belts, that makes your job that much harder, Triple H. Like, this is bad for you as much as it's bad for me. You better survive this and make it to WrestleMania. I mean, we'll see, man. And one more thing. Superstars from any brand can challenge Slug, and it starts now. Who do we got? 12-1. The road to WrestleMania just got a little bit bumpier, if you will. What do we have? Nobody here at the arena. That's cool. Outskirts? Nobody. Raw? Kane and Rey Mysterio. Hey, Ray. You want to attack me for a match, or what's good, man? Being a champion's tough. Believe me, I know. That was... Alright, look. If I ain't gotta fight, I ain't gonna fight. The big red machine next to the big red cola thing. You and your titles are of no concern to me for now. Okay there, devil's favorite demon. If you say so, well, that's fine. I was not looking to fight you anyway, so here we are, here we go. Alright, parking lot, locker room, Backstage. I guess it's going to be a parking lot fight for one of my belts there. Not surprising. John Morrison, sooner or later, you're going to lose everything. Sure, I guess. Or the opposite could happen. Christian! Those who run away live to fight another day. You'd better run for your life. Or what? Or else what? Okay, let's go do a parking lot bit of business. Who gon' fight me? I found you, Slug. Warriors, come out to play. The ECW Championship is it Jack Swagger? Yes, it is. I should have known. It should have been me heading to WrestleMania. All right, Dolph Ziggler, with all those titles. Beating you will put me back in the spotlight where Jack Swagger belongs. Look, Big Hurt, I beat you before. I'll beat you again. We can do this any way you want to do this, Mr. Swagger. It ain't no thing. So, welcome, after a very long intro there, to what is today? Tuesday, because Raw happened Grapple the Man last night. And there were things on Raw to discuss. But before that, we have our news section, which I am very happy about. We have the fact that apparently Drew Gulak has signed a new deal with WWE and is back on the SmackDown brand. So I'm assuming that means they're going to give him more money to be on that brand, and he managed to negotiate a better contract for himself. So congrats to Mr. Gulak. And I guess we'll see him on the show this week, perhaps? We'll see. But that was a very short bit of free agency for Drew Gulak, if nothing else. So that's cool stuff. Also, SmackDown news, as Swagger here is somehow better than he was the last time I fought him, which is not cool. Not cool, Swagger. I ain't gonna lose my ECW championship. Ain't gonna happen. But also on SmackDown, the impending call-up of one Matt Riddle seems to be inevitable and happening very, very shortly. So that means that the cage match on NXT tomorrow should be the end of his NXT bit of beardness with Kurt Angle as the special guest referee. So, interesting, man. I'm very curious to see how that pans out with that whole thing. But also, Swagger here is really just giving me the business. And I'm not really sure why all of a sudden they made the game harder. Which, look, man, it's the road to WrestleMania. I get it. But still, it's Jack Swagger. And I beat him thoroughly and easily multiple times on this show. So why now, in this backstage brawl, is he giving me the business? I don't understand. How about a double powerbomb on the concrete to Swagger? Only a 1 count. Alright, let's make this happen with strong grapples only. I will keep on hitting this double powerbomb on poor old Jack Swagger and knocking him the F out, if at all possible. And my reign of pedigrees will rain upon you with furious anger. Gut wrench for Jack Swagger. And down. Dominated. So, there is whatever's happening there. Only a 2 count. Look, Swaggy. Look, man. Don't think you can't get got by your boy. Okay, Monday Night Raw last night. They finally acquiesced and finally said, you know what? We need to have people in the audience here for these empty arena shows. That needs to happen, and it finally happened with their NXT trainees, which should have happened months ago. And I'm not going to give them crap for waiting this long to do it, because that was what it was. Look, every company is different. Certainly, AEW was doing it for a while. Certainly, they both copied Grimm's Toy Show, who's been doing it for years, having guys around the ring making noise for his backyard shows. So, it is what it is. And there goes Swagger. So, 1 title defended. $4,000. I'm going back to the hospital, because holy hell, I'm getting injured here. It's happening. Oh no, there's somebody in the hospital. How could you? How could you? You know what, hospital? I'm gonna sleep. Because when you sleep, you also regain health that way. So, I'm not getting into a fight in the hospital. Ah, it won't let me sleep. You dastardly, crafty game. I see what you're doing, man. I see what you're doing. You intentionally injure me, and then I'm gonna get attacked by somebody in the hospital. That ain't cool. Okay. Who's it gonna be? Who found me? Cody Rhodes with a bulldog. Here we go. I'm still shocked you won one championship. It's just not fair. It should have been me. It should have been... Wait, what? Why would Cody attack me and not capitalize for any of my titles? That does not make sense. Because I can just heal up immediately, and it's not even a thing. Like, that's... What the hell, Cody? You had me on the ropes and you left. That's not thinking like a champion. What are you doing, man? Alright, well, Sure. Let's go defend in the parking lot? I don't know, man. Something. Who do we got? Oh, Umaga! With the sleeper suplex. Samoa! Really? That's all I'm just gonna keep doing that and getting attacked and going back to the hospital to heal up? Like, that's... Why would you not challenge me? I'm really confused by these superstars, and they were told 24/7 rules, right? So, oh, I can't even heal up anymore. That's once per day? Can I sleep? Am I allowed to? No, I'm not. Okay. Well, outskirts? Finally, somebody here on the outskirts. Where do you think you're going, Slugger? Chris Jericho. I'm going to beat you and take back what's mine and add you to the list. Through some fluke, you took my heavyweight championship. It's time to tell the world that you're just a flash in the pan. Then let's see how those hypocritical fans treat you. Alright, jerky. Let's go. I just want to sleep on this Friday evening of fighting guys over and over and over and over and over again. So, back to Raw. Yes, they've added the NXT trainees in the fans. They also added plastic barriers like a hockey game, which is weird, around the ring. So, you've made all these NXT trainees stand there the entire show. No seats. Stand there 6 feet apart with a weird hockey thing happening around the ring. And, again, they overproduce, right? So, AEW's way of doing things seemed more, I guess, organic or authentic, whereas WWE had, like, you know, microphones miking the crowd, which just made it seem, like, disingenuous, in a way. It just was weird, right? Like, they somehow managed to take something that would hopefully make your show feel more alive and made it feel like a sitcom where it felt more inauthentic, where they were obviously cheering and booing and laughing at their assigned cues, because that's how wrestling is scripted. So, again, I'm not sure what it is about that, because AEW's not having mics on the crowd, right? They're just having, you know, the ambient audio from having guys at ringside, or staff and crew at ringside, and it just feels more like it feels like a tiny indie show, right? It feels like seeing a show in a VFW hall or a bingo hall, and it just feels more like wrestling. Whereas WWE just kind of goes above and beyond what they should be doing, as they would usually do, as a very large budget type thing. So, again, the right idea, but the wrong execution, I guess, is the thing I'm trying to say. It's weird, man. They made it weird. I'm not sure how they managed to do that, but once again, they made it weird. So, beyond that, Apollo Crews is your new U.S. champion. So, congrats to him on his first WWE title. So, cool stuff. I can dig that with Apollo. Now, where that leaves Andrade and that whole faction with Angel Garza and Zelina and whatnot, I do not know. We shall see. Also, Jericho here is being Jericho, so not cool, Mr. Jericho. Ah, my nose itches. Not cool. Look at his leg drop. Breakdancing it. Woo! Take that, Ayatollah. Oh no, I wanted to hit a super kick pate. There it is. And then pin the man on the super kick. I do not know. So, we now know who the number one contender is going to be for Asuka at Backlash. It will be Nia Jax, who pinned Natalya in a triple threat with the Queen. Because of course, not going to pin Charlotte. God forbid. Sorry, Chris. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can I finally go to sleep? Or is that going to be impossible? Oh my god. Well, I'll tell you what I can do, is I can save the game and call things for today. What else on Raw was important? Let's go through it very quickly. They're continuing Iconics and Alexa Nikki. They've got MVP doing the VIP. They had Drew and Lashley. It was a thing. They're doing some storyline with Natalya and her husband, TJ. Sure. You had Angel Garza beat Kevin Owens. A big win for Angel Garza. Street Profits and Viking Raiders had a game of golf this week. They're going to have bowling next up. Sure. Whatever. The Disciples of Theory and Murphy beat Humberto and Aleister Black. They teased the eye thing on Humberto. Edge had a promo. Truth and Gronk had a promo. Flair had a promo. Liv is still doing her weird thing. Rey Mysterio will be having a retirement thing happening next week. They've already spoiled it because they announced afterwards it's going to be hosted by Seth Rollins, so you know it's all going to be a work. And that to me says, hey, Ray signed a new deal. And the main event was the Profits versus MVP and Lashley. It was a DQ and a pull-apart brawl between Drew and Lashley. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. See you next time. And I'm out!